For 50 years, you have been told a story. A story about a magical account that will turn your small regular contributions into a mountain of gold. A story about a comfortable, worry-free retirement paid for by the miracle of compound interest. That story is called the 401k. And it is a scam. Not a scam in the sense that it's illegal. Not a scam in the sense that it's going to steal all your money overnight. But a scam in the sense that it is a deeply flawed, inefficient, and predatory system that is designed to enrich Wall Street at your expense. A scam in the sense that it has sold you a dream that it has no intention of delivering. Let's start with the fees. The average 401k plan charges about 1% in fees per year. That doesn't sound like much, does it? 1%, what's the big deal? Let's do the math. Let's say you're 25 years old and you have $100,000 in your 401k. You contribute $10,000 per year for the next 40 years, and your investments earn a 7% annual return. Without fees, you would have $2.9 million at retirement. With a 1% fee, you would have $2.1 million. You lost $800,000 to fees, nearly a third of your nest egg. Gone. And for what? For the privilege of investing in a handful of mediocre mutual funds that are chosen by your employer, not by you. Mutual funds that are legally required to be diversified, which means they are not allowed to make concentrated bets on their best ideas, which means they are designed to be average, and for that, you are paying a 1% fee every year for 40 years. It's the greatest business model in the world. For them, not for you, but the fees are just the beginning of the scam. The next part is the taxes. You are told that the 401k is a tax-deferred account, that you don't pay taxes on the money until you withdraw it in retirement, and that's true. But what they don't tell you is that you are making a bet with the IRS, a bet that tax rates in the future will be lower than they are today. Is that a bet you are willing to make? Right now, the US national debt is $36 trillion and rising. The government is running a $2 trillion annual deficit. Social Security and Medicare are on the verge of insolvency. Do you really think tax rates are going to go down? Of course not. They are going to go up a lot. So you are deferring your tax bill from a time when you know what the rate is to a time when you have no idea what the rate will be, but it will almost certainly be higher. This is not a tax-advantaged account. This is a tax-disadvantaged account, and it gets worse, because the 401k is a government-controlled account. The government decides when you can access your money. They decide how much you can contribute. They decide how much you have to withdraw. If you try to take your money out before age 59 and a half, you pay a 10% penalty. On top of the income tax, if you don't start taking your money out by age 73, you pay a 25% penalty. On top of the income tax, it's your money, but you don't control it. The government does. This is the 401k scam. High fees, a bad tax bet, and a complete lack of control. So what's the alternative? It's simple. You need to take control of your own money. You need to open a self-directed IRA or a solo 401k. An account where you can invest in anything you want. Stocks, bonds, real estate, Bitcoin, a business. An account where you can control the fees, where you can choose the investments, where you can decide when to take your money out. And you need to stop thinking about tax deferral and start thinking about tax exemption. You need to use a Roth IRA or a Roth 401k, an account where you pay taxes today, and all of your future growth and withdrawals are 100% tax-free. You are making a bet that tax rates will be higher in the future, a bet that is almost certain to pay off. The 401k was a good idea in theory, but in practice it has become a trap that has lulled millions of Americans into a false sense of security, a trap that is about to spring. Don't be one of the victims. Take control of your money, take control of your future, and escape the 401k scam before it's too late. Let's go deeper on the fees because the 1% number is actually a lie. It's an average, and it hides a lot of sins. Many 401k plans have fees that are much higher than 1%. They have administrative fees, record-keeping fees, marketing fees, and a whole host of other hidden fees that are buried in the fine print of your plan documents. A recent study by the Center for American Progress found that a typical two-income family will pay over $150 in 401k fees over their lifetime. That's a brand new car. That's a down payment on a house. That's a college education for your kids. All of it, gone. Siphoned off by Wall Street, 1 basis point at a time. And the investment options, they are a joke. Most 401k plans offer a small menu of mutual funds, most of which are actively managed. And what does actively managed mean? It means you are paying a team of highly paid portfolio managers to try to beat the market. And the dirty little secret of Wall Street is that almost none of them do. Over any meaningful period of time, the vast majority of actively managed funds underperform their benchmark index. So you are paying a premium for underperformance. You are paying more to make less. It's a scam within a scam. And the tax deferral? It's a ticking time bomb. The government is broke. And they are coming for your money. The only question is when and how much. They will raise income tax rates. They will eliminate deductions. They will impose a wealth tax. They will do whatever it takes to get their hands on your retirement savings. And your 401k is a sitting duck. It's a giant pool of money, all in one place, just waiting to be taxed. A Roth IRA, on the other hand, is a fortress. It's a vault. Once the money is in there, it's yours. The government can't touch it. Ever. It's the single most powerful wealth-building tool available to the average American. And yet, most people don't even know it exists. This is not an accident. The financial industry doesn't want you to know about the Roth IRA. They don't want you to know about the self-directed IRA. They want you to stay in their high-fee, low-return, government-controlled 401k plans. Because that's how they make their money. They make their money by keeping you in the dark, by keeping you confused, by keeping you dependent on them. But the truth is, you don't need them. You can do this yourself. You can open a low-cost brokerage account. You can invest in a simple, diversified portfolio of index funds. You can build a retirement plan that is designed to work for you, not for them. It's time to fire your 401k provider. It's time to take back your future. It's time to opt out of the scam and opt into a life of financial freedom. The choice is yours. To write. Let's talk about the history of the 401k, because it was never designed to be the primary retirement vehicle for the American people. It was created in 1978 as a loophole in the tax code, a way for high-income executives to shelter a portion of their bonuses from taxes. It was a niche product for the rich, but in the 1980s, corporations saw an opportunity. They were struggling with the rising cost of their traditional pension plans, which guaranteed a certain level of income to their employees for life. The 401k was a way to shift the risk and the responsibility of retirement from the corporation to the employee. Instead of a guaranteed outcome, you got a tax-advantaged savings account. Instead of a promise, you got a prayer. And the American worker, who had been taught to trust their employer, was sold a bill of goods. They were told that the 401k was a gift, a benefit, a path to a secure retirement, but it was a Trojan horse, a way for corporations to cut their costs and for Wall Street to get its hands on a massive new pool of money. And it worked. Today, the 401k system has over $7 trillion in assets. It is the largest single component of the US retirement system. And it is a disaster. The median 401k balance for a 65-year-old is just $87,000. That's not enough to last for a year, let alone a 30-year retirement. The system has failed. It has failed to provide a secure retirement for the vast majority of Americans, and it has succeeded in making Wall Street richer than ever before. This is the great bait and switch of the modern era. You were promised a pension, a guaranteed income for life. You got a 401k, a high-fee, low-return, tax-disadvantaged savings account that you have to manage yourself. You were promised a secure retirement. You got a lifetime of financial anxiety. You were promised the American dream. You got the American scam. So what is the path forward? The path forward is to reject the system, to opt out of the 401k to the extent that you can. If your employer offers a match, you should contribute just enough to get the full match. That's free money, and you should never turn down free money. But beyond that, you should not put another penny into your 401k. Instead, you should open a Roth IRA. You can contribute up to $7.0010 a year to a Roth IRA. And if you are self-employed, you can open a solo 401k, which allows you to contribute up to $66,000 a year with a Roth option. These are the accounts that will allow you to build real, lasting, tax-free wealth. These are the accounts that will give you the freedom and the control that you deserve. And what should you invest in? You should invest in a simple, low-cost, diversified portfolio of index funds. You can buy the entire stock market for a fee of just 0.04% with an S&P 500 index fund. That's 25 times cheaper than the average 401k plan. And it's a portfolio that is almost certain to outperform the vast majority of actively managed funds over the long term. It's not sexy, it's not exciting, but it works. It's the closest thing to a free lunch in the world of investing. The 401k is a relic of a bygone era, an era of corporate paternalism and blind trust in financial institutions. That era is over. We are now in an era of individual responsibility, an era of self-reliance, an era where you are the CEO of your own life, and the first decision you need to make as CEO is to fire your 401k provider, to take your money and your future out of their hands and put it back into your own. The power has been yours all along. You just didn't know it, but now you do. And what you do with that knowledge will determine the course of the rest of your life. To write. Let's be crystal clear about the action steps. Step 1. Find out what your 401k fees are. You may have to dig for this information. It will be buried in a long, boring document called a prospectus. But you need to find it. You need to know exactly how much you are paying. And you need to be prepared to be angry, because it's almost certainly more than you think. Step 2. If your employer offers a match, contribute just enough to get the full match. For example, if your employer matches 50% of your contributions up to 6% of your salary, you should contribute 6% of your salary, not a penny more. This is the only part of the 401k that is a good deal. It's a 50% or 100% guaranteed return on your money. You will not find that anywhere else. Step 3. Open a Roth IRA. You can do this at any major brokerage firm, like Vanguard, Fidelity, or Charles Schwab. It takes about 15 minutes. You can contribute up to $7,000 a year if you are under 50, and $8,000 a year if you are over 50. This is the best deal in the tax code. It's a gift from the government. Take it. Step 4. If you are self-employed or have a side business, open a solo 401k. This is a supercharged retirement account that allows you to contribute up to $66,000 a year with a Roth option. It's a game changer. It's a way to build a massive tax-free nest egg in a very short period of time. Step 5. Invest in a simple, low-cost, diversified portfolio of index funds. You don't need to be a stock-picking genius. You don't need to follow the market every day. You just need to be disciplined and consistent. A simple portfolio of a total stock market index fund, a total international stock market index fund, and a total bond market index fund is all you need. It's boring, it's simple, and it works. This is the path to financial freedom. It's not a secret, it's not complicated, but it requires you to do something that most people are unwilling to do. It requires you to take responsibility. It requires you to be an adult. It requires you to admit that the system is not designed to help you. It's designed to exploit you. And it requires you to have the courage to walk away. The 401k is a comfortable prison. It's a warm blanket on a cold night. It's a promise that everything will be okay. But it's a lie. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can start building a life of true freedom and abundance. The choice is yours. The cage is open. All you have to do is fly away.